beautiful, beautiful stuff. Um, I really enjoy this song. Thank You was a fun song just to create the whole process of everything. But let's get right into it, the whole breakdown. I'm gonna get into these letters and things that I wrote on in a second here. But check this out, man. The dark theme of thank you really lies within the importance of having faith in your dark times. Guys, having faith on your journey of success, or really just through any time, dark times, but the theme here is our journey of success. So having faith on your journey, I mean, it's the most important ingredient. But the crazy part is the backstory about myself and having faith. Back in the days, back when I was, young, I really didn't believe in church and like believe in God and believe in everything just because I couldn't really understand it, right? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, it wasn't like learning something from school, right? You can read a book on it and then they tell you, show you some pictures and you're able to really understand that this might have really happened, right? Might have really happened. However, as I've grown older and specifically when I started my journey of success at 19 years old, by way of wholesaling real estate, I instantly understood the meaning and the importance of faith, of having faith, right? Because without faith, guys, you have nothing. And when I say you have nothing, I mean if you have to wait until you're able to see what you want, and if you have to wait until you have what you want, then how will you ever get it, right? Unless it's handed to you. Now, if somebody hands it to you, then that's completely different. It's easy to understand that you're able to get something if somebody hands it to you. But if you have no one handing it out to you, if you have nobody saying here, then how else will you get it? You have to think about it, right? Think it out, thought it. So then once you think it out, you have to actually put the action in to actually do it. And you're not going to put the action in if you don't believe what your action, the results of your actions. So if you do not believe in the results of your actions, then why even start in the first place? This is why you have nothing without faith. And specifically, you have nothing without faith in your dark times, right? I mean, think about it. Anytime you're in a position, where if whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the universe, whatever, um, ultimately, when something's going bad and when it's out of your or appears to be out of your control, when it appears that you have no control over the outcome, we all do one thing, and that's ask a higher power. Some of us may pray, some of us may ask. We all ask for help, for guidance from a higher power, from a source. Now, I believe that source does lie within us through the embodiment of the universe, but that's on a whole different spiritual wave. However, just on the surface, God, right? What we all know to be God, which is something that controls this whole universe, one thing, one person, whatever it may be. However, if you without that faith and those dark times, you won't get to the light, right? Because think about this. It's like when you're in between opportunities, when you feel like something that's your spiritual purpose, right? When you're on your spiritual purpose and you feel like you're in between opportunities, but that's when your faith is really tested the most because the only way you're able to know that you're on the right track is by really knowing that you're on the right track. And the only way you really know that you're on the right track is by way of feeling that you're on the right track. So that's the importance of faith, right? So that's no different than whatever you may be doing when it comes to your life or when it comes to your personal status. Let me check something real quick, guys. Let me check, make sure. All right, you can hear me. All right, so yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main thing, guys. When it comes to that. Now, let's explain the good theme of the song. So the good theme of the song, "Thank You," is that you always get what you want when you're supposed to have it, right? So trust in God's timing. And I'll show you guys on the playback this week's good and bad thing, the imagery from this week. But that's the main important thing, guys. So often we want something, but we want it when we want it, right? But not knowing that if we get it in that moment, then it may not really work out for us in the long run, right? So just give you a personal example that you guys can relate to just by looking at this channel. When I was hiking, doing those hikes, that's the set season two. I mean, I loved it so much that like if I could have gotten paid to do just more hiking videos and like that was just all I was doing at the moment, I probably would have did it. Like I would have just been like, all right, bet. But then when you look at a big picture, like I probably wouldn't have moved out here to Florida if I would have got if I would have got what I wanted out of hiking on the steps of set season two. If I would have got exactly what I wanted, then there's probably not me moving out here to Florida and me not doing music and discovering the digital media company side of Steps to Success. because prior to that, it was really based on my life. So me understanding the broad scope of things and being able to see a bigger picture, that all came from me just having faith that I keep going on a journey through those dark times, through those times where I feel like I'm in between opportunities for my spiritual purpose. And this is what like is such a difference, guys. Following is something that you feel like is just something you have to do versus something that you feel like you're spiritually meant to do. So me following my spiritual purpose has led me here with you guys sharing music and um, really feel more fulfilled. And I feel fulfilled based off this moment. And I wouldn't have known that because if you asked me a year ago, I would have told you like, let me just go hike Mount Everest or some shit, like or some stuff like that. You feel me? Like, let me go hike Mount Everest and get to step in that way, and that'll be what I'm doing full time. And I would have been completely satisfied with that until I wasn't. But you know, things happen, and I kept going on the journey, um, having faith, and now I'm here to something that leaves me way more fulfilling. So this being said, guys, you got any questions for me about